Hello again. A little bit more info about what I've been working on in recent weeks. Since the last updates in the city. Working in Bricklink Studio for stuff that will actually be built in my Lego city. And in this one, I'm showing some stuff that I'm pretty sure that I have not shown here on YouTube at all up to this point. So imagine where this is. If you're familiar with my city, you can tell where this is. Hopefully you can tell where this is. The beach is here. Well, small boat marina such as remains after the great table removal is here. Downtown area is on the other side. You see a little bit of elevated rail peeking through right there. And this is going to be all that I'll have for a residential district. It's all I have space for in the city. It's just how it's turned out, and that's fine. Yep. Everybody should absolutely build their Lego cities, their all custom Lego cities, or not all custom Lego cities, exactly how they choose, however makes them happy. And as I've spoken about a number of times in relatively recent videos, I'm putting a lot more focus on making myself happy with the stuff that I do in my own city, rather than focusing on trying to appease random people on the internet. So that effort continues here as I try to figure out what I would like to see in this space. So you're looking at 6 distinct structures. 2 of them over here will be probably outwardly almost identical, not 100%, but almost identical. Basically the same plan, just mirrored if necessary or whatnot. And yeah, right now there's something there. There is a building there, and the more I look at it, the more I think about it, the more I'm just not happy with it. I put a ton of time into that, ridiculous number of hours into designing and building that thing and trying to make it weird for the sake of making it weird, making sure that it's not boring. The result, just not happy enough with it. And I mean, I did full interior detailing, gosh, and lighting too with the brick stuff system. It's a lot of work to lose, but fundamentally, I'm just not happy with it. So eventually it's going to have to go. What I'm doing right here, or what I've been doing here, is blocking stuff in. Mocking stuff up is basically the 3D equivalent, the hyper simplified 3D equivalent, the Bricklink Studio equivalent of sketching. Sketching, yeah, that's the ideal word for it. Sketching. So making things that aren't connected and don't make sense, right? These are just sitting here. It's just a matter of kind of sculpting in, figuring out the overall shapes and sizes that I'm going for. Duplex unit here. This is small space. There's not a whole lot of room here. Don't worry about the trains. If you worry about the trains, if the trains bother you, if you're worried that everybody's going to die from their ears bleeding out every single time a train goes by, don't worry about it. That's for me to worry about. If I'm not worrying about it, nobody needs to worry about it, because yeah, it's my city, my little people. It's all plastic anyways. It's toys. It's just for looks. So, looking for hyper realism? Yeah, you're on the wrong channel, for sure. This, I was hoping to put a bunch of units here, but I think it's probably going to be like 2 or 3 units, and I'm not even going to be able to have like full bathrooms or anything. Interior details, I probably want to do interior details for these because they are housing units. And it just feels right to me, even though nobody's going to see the interior details once it's built, ever for the remainder of life. If I do a single video showing the details, great. But that's all you get out of it, and all that I get out of it for a whole lot of time investment. So the focus needs to be on the outside. And in this case, the high level feel. Like, does this feel good to me? Does it feel like a residential district that evokes the correct emotions and bits of nostalgia and just what I want out of a little Lego area, a little Lego neighborhood? And I think that where I'm going now with it definitely does a better job of that than where I had been going in the past. I started working on this unit here, which is a single unit, single family unit, relatively small. I need to build smaller. I really do need to build smaller. Plus, smaller scale makes me happier generally, because most of what I like in Lego is inspired by the good old days from the 80s and 90s. Some of that was a lot of that is way too simple for me today, but still, that's what I want to capture. That basic land of wonder, simplified down with colorful plastic bricks. Not everything needs to be studs on the side attached with Technic and bar and clip and mixel ball, joint, and then connect it together with rubber bands and things to get this bizarre angle here, to get one single stud to show up at that angle. Not everything needs to be built that way to be enjoyed. For folks who love doing that, great. I just like Lego and minifig compatible stuff and little scenes and things. So as I've talked about increasingly lately, I'm working on making myself happy with the stuff that I'm doing. It's the core focus. It's the thing that I keep having to think of and think about anytime I start thinking, what will the people think? What will the people complain about? No, that's unhealthy thinking. Forget what the people think. Forget what the people will complain about. Make it happy for me, and then share that happiness for anybody who wants to have a piece of that happiness, So that's what I'm working on here. I'm not happy with these windows. I got to figure out something for the windows here. But most recently, actually earlier in the day of recording this video, I've been working on this corner unit here, which is it's a house. Just letting it happen. The use of the preformed bay window piece back there. When I first thought, I want to put a bay window on this, I thought, okay, so I'm gonna have to figure out hinges. And doing hinges in studio is terrible. It sucks. It sucks a lot, so much. And I remembered, wait, there's a large bay window piece that Lego has made with the glass integrated into it. Indeed. Do I have any of them? Indeed, I have two. I've got them in two different colors of window insert. Both of them with black frames, and black works for the color scheme of this. So I'm going to use this one piece. Finally, right there. It's one of those pieces that I bought at a Bricklink store when I was getting other parts, and then I just went through. Okay, I'm buying all these parts. I'm spending all this money. Let me see. While I'm here, I'm spending all this money on shipping. Let me see if there are any other parts that I want from this store. And came across these. It was many years ago. I don't remember the context, but that's always how it goes, because that's how I shop on Bricklink. And ended up with one in each of two colors, and I'll be using one of them all these years later. Everything is going as planned. Yeah, I like it. Yeah, I'm happy with where this is going, how this is going. I need to figure out what I'm gonna do for the roof, though. That's gonna be a challenge. But yep, I wanted to update all y'all. For those of you who aren't able to watch on Twitch, or don't want to, or maybe you've heard terrible things about Twitch, which is all lies, but that's okay. That's okay. We've got tons and tons of folks, 500-600 people come through in a given day, not all at the same time, but at different times, stopping in. I do stream most days of the week, and we have a good time. It's a very wholesome space. If you're interested in following, or even just checking in from time to time, it's twitch.tv/thejang. If you're not interested, well, I'll keep you up to date over here from time to time as I make progress. And then eventually, everything that I make digitally will be turned into a physical build as well. Some changes might have to be made at those times. It takes a while to get parts and all, but it does happen, and progress is progress and will be progress. Thanks for watching this. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye for now.